guys, ATTILEE here. So today I figured we could talk about this week's episode of Steven Universe, Marble Madness. Really a fun episode, but largely I feel like it was a huge lighting of the fuse for next week's big blowout of Steven Bomb is what the Crewniverse keeps calling it. Steven Bomb, for those of you who don't know, is going to be a new episode of Steven Universe every single day. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All of those new episodes will be airing at 5 o'clock, and there will be a special sort of like double new episodes at 5 o'clock on Thursday, so like the normal day that Steven Universe airs new episodes. So again, really excited for Steven Bomb, but largely focusing on Marble Madness today because, again, it really sort of kicked us off for next week's big spectacular of all of these new episodes that will be coming. So Marble Madness really got us going with a lot of confirming of either theories that have been pretty steady or strong in my opinion, as well as just sort of giving us some additional details about the sort of homeworld gems versus crystal gems, sort of war, battle, conflict, whatever you want to call it. One of the key details that we learned within Marble Madness was that it was around 6,000 years ago that the conflict occurred. I mean, that's when Pearl seems to indicate that the kindergarten gems were incubated, so interesting to hear about. We also got confirmed that the red eye was directly sent from homeworld gems to Earth to check out if any gems were still present on Earth. So I guess it's sort of, I don't know, what was interesting to me about that was that the fact that the red eye was defeated didn't give an indication to the homeworld gems that there were gems present. It was just sort of like, oh, I guess there's nothing there. Maybe it's supposed to self-destruct or something, I don't know. It's kind of interesting to think about. But yeah, so within the episode 2, we also got a really better look at Peardo, who interacted a lot with Steven and eventually coming face to face with the crystal gems in one way or another. I mean, she's sort of holographic with those sort of appendages. It's interesting to note how little Peardo seemed to know of the crystal gems. She seemed really disconnected or unfamiliar, which could have to do with those 6,000 years that sort of separated the homeworld gems from the gems of Earth. And just knowing how much time has passed for the crystal gems on Earth versus the homeworld gems does make sense as to how alienated they are. And I really do wonder if Steven is going to continue to be a bridge for these sort of warring things. Even though he has absolutely no allegiance to Peardo, he sort of wants to talk things out rationally more than he really wants to jump into battle and fight. And I almost wonder if that's a Steven quality or if that's more of a Rose Quartz quality. Also, just for some more light moments, it was really fun to see Steven and Connie sort of getting a bond together over the Unfamiliar Familiar book series. And I think the idea of Unfamiliar Familiar was really telling for both the sort of marbles that Peardo seems to control, as well as being Lion. I mean, we've seen Steven unsheath Rose's sword from Lion's forehead. What I'm really getting at there is that sort of these objects or these creatures are these gems familiars, and in a way it's really interesting because I'm sort of curious as to if all gems have those sort of familiars or sort of objects which they can relate themselves to, or creatures in Lion's case, or if maybe it's sort of exclusive to specific gems. I mean, who knows? I mean, this episode was really fun, but again, just sort of lots of information to sort of absorb. But yeah, so those are about really all my thoughts. I'm really looking forward to next week. Oh, next week, rather than doing my normal Thursday video, what I'm going to do is sort of wait for all the episodes to come out across the week, including the Friday episode, and following that is when I'll do my react to the entire arc, rather than doing each episode like I normally do. I hope that's okay. I feel like that's probably the best way to react to the entire thing, but if you're wanting to hear a bit more or feedback from me episode by episode, just feel free to continue following me on the Tumblr, the Crystal Gems Tumblr. I'll have a link in the description below if you're wanting to really keep more up to date on what I'm thinking as each episode airs. And yeah, so that's really all I've got for today. I'm really looking forward to next week, if you can't tell. I keep talking about it. Bye-bye!